Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could, look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month, teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching, as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out.
I always love to share my viewpoint on role playing. So often when we ask salespeople or customer service people or managers or leaders, we're going to role play or practice. Have you ever seen anyone jump out of their chair and say, "Oh, that's awesome. We totally need this"? What do we typically get? Honestly, we roll our eyes. We always hear at least 1 or 2 people out loud say, "Oh, I hate role playing." So I use the title of this episode to get your attention. And that is, if you hate role playing, you are absolutely full of crap. Here's why. I want you to go to your sales teams and tell them, do not practice. You just go out there and sell. No mistakes. I don't want any prep work done. And if you're on the New York theater stage, do not go to that dress rehearsal. For gosh sake, please do not practice. But on opening night, you better not screw up any of those lines. If you're public speaking next month, I know there's going to be a couple thousand people in the auditorium. Please do not do any prep work. And don't go through a dry run. That's ridiculous. Now, I brought up those 3 examples in a very, very obnoxious manner, didn't I? Here's the funny thing. You cannot arbitrarily improve what you do not practice. What do we hate about pro athletes? They get paid millions of dollars depending on their sport. They're out during the week and then they show up for game time and we kind of wonder, boy, the guy played great. Was he really that hurt? Or if they lose, couldn't they have played better together had they practiced more together? Practice is such a strategic weapon. Now, at our company, we do something called a dual assessment. A dual assessment is where the manager fills out a derivative of SWOT, and it's called SOAR. And the manager lists out a person's strengths, opportunities, actions, and responsibility. Now, the employee completes something called a goal assessment, and they list out their goals, and then the goal is an acronym for what do they need to be great at, what opportunities will be afforded to them if they become great, what actions do they need to participate in order to meet their goals, and the L, the love, what will they love about achieving their goals. Here is something very funny. We have rolled this out to 4 companies in probably about the last 6 months. Do you know what we get from employees, sales, customer service people under the A of goal, the actions? You know what they put down? We need to practice. We need to role play. They know it. So here's the way you make role playing fun. 1, don't call it role playing. 2, call it interactions. Call it practice sessions. Then, when it comes to a cadence of feedback, go through 3 to 4 practice sessions. A practice session being a separately scheduled time, and do not provide constructive feedback. See, confidence comes from 2 things: practice and positive reinforcement. A lot of times, what do? We pair people up. All right, take some time and give each other feedback, and we leave it open, vague, nebulous. And guess what everybody does? That was pretty good, but here's what I would do if I were you. And what we do is we discount the person. We don't make them feel good about getting better. We don't ignite an energy to want to keep practicing. See, here's the value of practicing. If you're teaching and practicing the right things, people will improve. Sometimes we don't need to give feedback. The practice will do the work for us. I am in no way suggesting to stay away from constructive feedback. What I am strongly suggesting is don't give it right out of the gate. Again, help people feel good about getting better. So if you hate role-playing, you're full of crap. If you have something in your job performance that needs practice, then practice it. Don't strive for perfection because it doesn't exist. Practice will build confidence, it will build skills, it will build knowledge sets. But I gave you examples of people on the theater, the sports field, the public speaking arena. Can you imagine if nobody in those fields ever practiced? Their quality would be terrible. So, if you hate role-playing, you're full of crap. If you begin to like and if not love role-playing in practice, you are a true professional. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagan and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.